Good morning, everyone. This is Susan Brennan here, and we are back for our weekly episode of Growth and Grace. And today's episode is going to be a little bit different, hopefully interactive if you guys are on there. I know sometimes it takes people a few minutes to join us, but mark your calendars because we do this every week, every single Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. So mark your calendars and join us. But for this week, we are going to be talking, we're going to use a sports analogy. So a lot of you guys know I grew up playing sports. I've played just about every sport, all the common ones, and then a couple random. I also did golf, horrible, but I did it. And bowling, also horrible, and I did it though. It was super fun. So I have a lot of sports analogies running through my head throughout the day. And I was prompted with this question last night, and it kind of got me thinking, and I thought I want to share it with you guys. And the question is very simply, good morning, Jill. I see you on there. Hi. And hi to everyone else who's on there. I was prompted with this question, and it's very simply, if you were to look at your life as a game, like a sports game, and right now in your life, and don't make this morbid, this isn't the morbid approach, but if right now we're halftime, and you were to look at your life and say, okay, up to this point, here's how I have been playing, and I want to win, so how do I get to go into the second half to make that happen? And it's going to look different for all of us. So we all have different areas where we struggle, different things that hold us up, hold us back, weigh us down. But for the purpose of this particular exercise, I really want you to look back and look at your life and say, okay, like, have I been showing up how I want to show up for people in my life? Like, have I been bringing value? Have I been, contributing to society at all? Like, how have you been during the first half of the game? And you get to now play the second half of the game, and you get to choose how you play that. So I know a lot of you are looking at me going, you're 30, this is not halftime, you still have tons of time left, and I'm with you. I have a lot of old age running in my family, so I know I get to experience a lot more than just the 60 years that this would be if this were halftime. But the purpose is to say, now I get to look back and say, there are areas where I feel like I've done really well, and there are areas where I feel like I have not done well at all, where I've really shrunk away from, or hidden from, or avoided because they're hard. And I know I'm not the only one who does this, so a lot of us, we see something over here and we're going, okay, yeah, no, I'm going to go over here because this is really hard, what's over here. And I totally appreciate that. I'm with you. But now we get to change. And now we get to say, okay, you know what? Difficult thing over here. Difficult person over here. I can handle you. And I'm going to handle you. And I'm going to show up and play hard the second half. Like, I'm going to make it count. So as you're looking at your life and you're thinking, okay, what am I going to do differently? It gets to be a super simple thing. You don't have to make this complicated or like, okay, well, now I have to end world hunger or figure out a solution for homelessness. You can do something super simple. Maybe for you, and I touched on this in one of my videos the other day, and I just think, for me, this is a way that I am expanding myself, so to speak. This is an area of growth for me, is reaching out to people when I think of them, instead of just thinking about them and being like, oh, I wonder how so-and-so's doing. Because we all do that throughout the day. For whatever reason, a random person will pop into our head and we'll think, oh, I haven't thought about them for a while. I wonder how they're doing. So reach out to them and find out how they're doing. And go deeper than just, how are you doing? Oh, I'm great. I'm fine. How are things going with you? Oh, yeah, no, things are great and fine too. Like, go there with them. Allow yourself to open up the conversation and be a safe place for them to really let you know what's going on, because we all have stuff going on, you guys. All of us have stuff going on. Like, stuff. So allow yourself to be a person that can show up for them and support them. And They may not open up and spill every detail of their life, or they might. Whatever they do, show up with grace and just be a safe person for them. You don't have to fix their problems. In fact, probably if they're just wanting to spill stuff out to you, that's not the time to try to fix it anyway. But just be there for them and show up. Like, this is the second half of the game now. At any given moment throughout the day, you can choose and say, okay, now I'm heading into the second half. I'm going to play stronger. I had a shirt on the other day from the Seahawks when we won the Super Bowl. And I think the tagline was bigger, faster, stronger, louder. I think that's how it goes. And we get to choose that in any moment, you guys. Whatever just happened, you still choose in this moment now to say, okay, that happened. I can't change that it happened. I can change how I look at it. I can change how I approach it. I can change how I will handle situations like that in the future. And we get to do that every single moment. So, as we are heading into the second half, I invite you guys to, really, really examine yourself and don't beat yourself up. This is not to say, oh man, I suck at life. Like, I'm really struggling. I'm not doing well. And if that feels like you, reach out, because I would love to support you and lift you up. But allow yourself to say, okay, like, I am strong. I can do this. Like, I can do that a little differently. I can show up a little bit more and do that. So this is the second half. This is the game. This is your life. You get to show up and play and have fun. Don't make it stressful. Don't make it complicated. Show up and have fun, but show up. That's the important part. So as we're heading into the second half here, make it a fantastic day. And I will look forward to seeing you guys next week on Growth and Grace, Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific. Bye for now.